Hi everybody, this is Valentina from the Real Italian Kitchen, and today we're gonna make some cookies. The cookies I'm gonna show you today are called, in most English-speaking countries, biscotti, but in Italian, biscotti is the general term that we use for cookies. So in Tuscany, if you go and want these kind of cookies, you're gonna have to ask for Cantucci. Cantucci are typical biscotto cookie from Prato, Lucca and the whole Tuscan region, which is where I'm from. For a full list of the ingredients and the utensils that you're going to need, you can read my blog at realitaliankitchen.blogspot.com. So I have my sugar here with the yolks and the full eggs, and with a whisk, I'm just gonna whisk it together. The next thing I'm gonna add is the flour with the yeast and a generous pinch of salt, which for cookies and shortbread and pie crust, it's always necessary. I'm adding the flour little by little. And then when you can't use the whisk anymore, you can start using your hands. At this point, incorporate the almonds with the orange zest. And mix it all together. Take one of your baking pans and start making rolls that are going to be a finger in height and about 3 centimeters in length, so I guess a couple of inches. The classic shape of biscotti or cantucci. So this one is a little too thick, so I have to press it down. If you're having a hard time making the dough stick together, you can add another yolk. When you're all done, you should be left with more or less 3, 4 or 5 little groups of biscotti dough. Now we're gonna put it in the oven. The oven is set to 185 degrees Celsius. So my oven lately is not working that well, so if I put it at 350 Fahrenheit, it will actually reach the temperature of 300. So I have it set a little bit higher to get the temperature that I actually want. But before we put them in the oven, we had 1 whole egg saved, and we're just gonna brush them with the egg so that the top is going to be nice and shiny. Our cantucci are in the oven. They're going to have to cook for 12 minutes. Then you're going to take them out and get your cutter ready, because we're going to have to cut them before we put them back in for another extra 10 minutes. Because once they're crunchy and fully cooked, we won't be able to cut them anymore. All right. These are the cantucci right out of the oven, and as you can see, they have the typical shape of cantucci or biscotti. You can decide to make them longer, but I think the little ones are kind of cute, and that's how we make them in Tuscany. They're really hot right now, so I'm not gonna taste it, but I know it tastes good, and this is not the first time I've made them. Thank you for following the Real Italian Kitchen. Ciao, ciao!